Hallo liebe Studenten, willkommen zurück auf meinem Kanal. Also heute lernen wir 3 Präpositionen von, bei und zu. Today we are going to learn this 3 prepositions, von, bei, zu, and a very basic application of this. So maybe at A1 level, yeah, you will understand why do we say ich gehe zum Arzt, ich bin beim Arzt, ich komme vom Arzt. All right. Now, watch this video until the end. This is a clip from one of my A1 classes, which is ongoing right now. And you will see the difference with a lot of examples. Write your own examples and do let me know in the comments if you like this video. All right, let's get started. Okay, now there are certain prepositions which are dative. Just say fear is accusative. Similarly, some prepositions are fixed dative. Okay, some of these prepositions are zu, von, bei, aus. Okay, now when do we use zu? So let's say that zu plus something in masculine. Na? Now we know that masculine में क्या changes होता है? Der changes to what in masculine? Dem. ठीक है?
Dem.
So if I combine zu plus dem, it becomes zum. Now, if I want to add something, let's say feminine. Now what happens in feminine? Die changes to der. So I'll have to say zu plus der. Okay. Zu plus neutral. So again, das changes to dem. Same thing, no? Zu plus dem becomes zum. So masculine and neutral, they have the same form, that is zum. Okay. Now, when do we actually use zum? We use zum when you want to go to a person. Okay, जैसे towards के लिए, for the to say towards, we have multiple options. No? We have nach, right? So nach will be used with cities and countries and some directions as well. Just say nach oben, nach unten. Okay. But if you want to go to a person, we'll have to use zu. Always remember, zu plus person. Or zu plus some institutions such as bank, that or फिर railway station, universität. So zu plus person or institutions.
Jangan சொல்லுங்க சூப்பர் ஜனதா சொல்லுங்க
All right. Now, if I'm going to my friend, now this involves only going while activity, yeah? Matlab movement. Okay. Now, if I'm going to a friend and that is a female, let's say male friend first. Okay. Der Freund. And if I'm saying I'm going to a friend, I'll have to say ich gehe zu dem Freund. Correct? So what it becomes? Ich gehe zum Freund. All right, zum Freund. Now, all the male professions and people that you visit will come under this same category. For example, here, chef. Now, chef is masculine, boss. That's why sie geht zum Chef. Then it will come Friseur. Friseur matlab hairdresser. Arzt. Now, if you are going to a Arzt, a doctor, and that doctor is a male doctor, you will have to say zum Arzt. Okay, now let us talk about institutions. Ich gehe zum Bahnhof. Have you heard this? Have you seen this anywhere? Zum.
Yes, ma'am.
So the same thing is here. So we cannot say ich gehe nach Bahnhof. We'll have to say ich gehe zum Bahnhof. All right. Now let us look at something in feminine, na? Die Freundin. So now, Indumati, if I want to say I'm going to meet my friend, मतलब मैं उसके घर पे जा रही हूँ, तो I'll have to say ich gehe,
Zoo house.
नहीं, zur Freundin.
Okay.
वो house, we can skip it.
Oh, okay.
हाँ. Hmm?
You
Now,
meant female friend.
female friend. Now, if
Okay.
I'm going to my boss, I'll have to say ich gehe zur Chefin.
Friend.
ठीक है? If I'm going towards maybe a female doctor, I'll have to say Ärztin. Ärztin. Similarly, let us talk about some buildings which are feminine. जैसे Uni. Now, have you seen this? Universität zur Uni gehen. Oder Schule. School. Same thing. Or what? Arbeit, to go to work. Okay, so everywhere you have to know the genders. If you know the genders, this will be little easier for you. Okay, can you think of more options with this zum or zur? Like you go to a person, any person you can think of.
Ich gehe zur Schwester.
Zur Schwester, yes. You can also say ich gehe zu meiner Schwester.
Zur
Towards
minor.
my.
Okay. Minor also should be
Correct.
then. Okay.
Okay. Ich gehe zu meiner Schwester. Schwester. Okay, now because zur is a combination of zu plus der, na? To the. But if I'm replacing that the with possessive article, then I'll use possessive article. So minor. Ending wise, it is going to be same. Okay, Ismail, if I'm going to meet I want to say I'm going to my brother. So I'll have to say ich gehe.
Ich gehe zu meinem
Meinem.
Meinem
Okay,
Bruder.
dative.
Okay.
Correct.
Meinem Bruder.
So them को replace करके we are using a possessive article. So
Meinem.
it's going to be same, huh? Okay, let us look at maybe some options available online. So preposition. What is it? Zum Friseur gehen. Now Friseur is a male, na? Male hairdresser. That is why zum. Okay. If it is a female hairdresser, you will say zur. Towards. Do we have any list here? No. Saw an interesting list, but I cannot find it right now. But if I find, I will show you. Okay, so this is the first application. Now, prepositions are very, very different. They work very differently in German. The little complicated application of preposition will come in A2 and above. Okay, but for now, let us break it down into tiny chunks and we'll just work around that. Okay. Now, next one is by. By is act. Okay. So it means at someone's house, someone's cabin, someone's office. Okay, now let us imagine that you call, Indumati has visited me, sie besucht mich. Und Ismail ruft Indumati an und fragt, Indumati, wo bist du? Where are you? So how Indumati will reply in English? I'm at Rushika. Correct? Do you use such sentences in English? At Rushika. So you don't even have to mention at Rushika's house. No? You just say at Rushika. So same thing here as well. Okay, so this is at someone's place, office, etc. Okay. First step was zu, that you are going towards a person. Second step is when you are at a person. Okay. Now for this, I maybe use the verb bin. Okay, that is sein. Ich bin. What will I say? If I want to say I am at my friend.
Ich
I'll have
bin
to,
bei Freund.
so I'll have to say by plus dem, na?
Okay.
So combining this, what will I say? Ich bin.
Beim.
Beim.
Correct. Beim Freund. If I call you Akhilesh and you are at doctors, what will you say? Ich bin.
Ich bin beim Arzt.
If it is a male doctor,
sorry.
you will say Arzt.
Arzt.
But if it is a female doctor, we'll have to say Ich bin bei der Ärztin. Okay, so zu, when you go towards a person, it has to be person or institution. Okay, not city, not country. Then if you are at that person's office, home, etc., you'll have to use by at someone's house. You don't have to use zu Hause, that is at home. You can just use by as well. You can also say wir sind bei Rushika. We are at Rushika's house. With names also it works. See.
Ma'am, but for that female by there we should only it will not have a buyer like that one, right?
No, it cannot be clubbed.
Okay.
Buyer. Yes. Like sewer can be clubbed, but buyer cannot.
Okay.
Or you can say the party ist by Akhilesh. मतलब अखिलेश के घर पे पार्टी है. At Akhilesh. Okay, so to go while you are going towards a person, by when you are at a person. Okay, and then comes the returning. Now we have to return as well. So that preposition is von. Okay, now I will write it like this. Okay, there are two options to use. Sorry, we have von and we have aus. Okay, now this is from. You come from a person, you come from somewhere. Okay, now let us look at these two examples here and you only tell me the difference if you are able to understand. Er kommt aus dem Haus, aus der Bank. Sie kommt vom Chef, that is von dem Chef, von der Chefin. So what, दोनों का translation same ही है from, but difference क्या हो सकता है?
One is from a place. The other is from what is chef? I forgot chef.
Boss.
Chef is boss.
So it's like from their place.
Correct.
A person's place.
So let us look at first of all basic in and aus. Okay, which means inside and outside. Okay, now we can go inside of a space, na? A building, a room, some kind of let's say Kirche, Bahnhof, you go inside, or Kino, right? And when you come outside of this place, you'll have to use aus. So let us easily put it here. Aus with buildings or enclosed spaces that you can enter. ठीक है? Easy. But now if you want to come from a person, we cannot use house now because we are not going inside the person's body.
I think
ठीक है?
generally fawn is with respect to the profession of the person.
Yes, you can also consider it like that. A profession or a person. Yes. Professional, let's call it professional. Correct. So when you go inside a building, you exit as well. So that time you'll use house. When you go to meet a person, you come back home, you will say phone, not house. That will be not, that does not make sense. Okay. Now in English, I will use the same preposition from. I'm coming from Rushika, I'm coming from my boss, I'm coming from this person, and I'm coming from this place. Okay, is this, lot of students have confusion in this. Is this clear to you? You
House
want me
need
to
not
repeat?
be enclosed or buildings, right, Rushika? It can
Which
be
one?
house.
हाँ, house मतलब whatever spaces you can enter, go inside, that will be
हाँ,
house.
ठीक है. हाँ, even a city or
हाँ,
any
even a
thing, yeah.
city, even a city. Correct.
Hmm.
Remember, for people, only phone, not house. ठीक है? Now, if I'm coming from after meeting a doctor. Now, let us look at this doctor wala example. Ich bin krank. Okay, das ist meine Situation. Ich bin krank. Yeah. What will be my first step to go to a doctor? How will I say I'm going to a doctor?
Ich bin bei der
Ich
bei
gehe
dem Arzt. Ich gehe. हाँ.
Ich
zum
gehe
Arzt.
aus.
Zum ना preposition भी डालना है. Zum Arzt. I'm going to the doctor. Second sentence will be I'm at the doctor's clinic. So that will be ich bin.
Ich bin beim Arzt.
Correct. Ich bin beim Arzt. Perfect. Abhi third is ki hat mir etwas gegeben. Hat mir Tabletten gegeben, etc. He has given me tablets and stuff. Now I'm coming back from him. So I'll say
Ich bin von Arzt.
nahi, ich komme.
Ich komme, okay. I come from.
From Arzt. Correct.
Hmm.
So again here, von plus dem becomes vom. Von plus der remains von plus dem. No combination. ठीक है? Now I will change it into something else. Ich habe einen wichtigen Termin. Suppose I have an important meeting mit meiner Chefin, with my female boss. Okay? And she said, Kirushika, come to meet me at this clock. So now somebody says, Kirushika, where you are going? And now I want to say, okay, I'm going to my boss. Like boss's cubicle, clinic, not clinic, sorry, the office. What will I say? Ich gehe
Zum Chef.
zur Chefin.
Chefin, okay.
Okay. Now I get a call, Rushika, where are you? I say ki, Are, I'm in my boss's office right now. Female boss. So I'll say, ich bin
By der Arzt. The chef.
Chefin. Correct. Ich bin bei der Chefin. Okay. Ich bin bei der Chefin. Now the meeting is over and I'm coming back from him or her. In our case, her. So I'll say, ich komme
Vom der Chef.
Von der Chefin.
von der Chefin. Correct. Okay, so everywhere you have to pay attention to this genders, articles, all of that. See, here you have this na. Zu plus der, zur. Zu plus dem, zum. Bei plus dem, beim. Von plus dem, vom. Okay, and we have one more preposition, which is dative as well, which is actually Wechsel preposition, two-way preposition. Okay, now this is going to make more sense. Now, have you ever seen that sometimes we use ins and sometimes im? Do you have these questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes we also have indi, sometimes we have in then, sometimes we
Hmm.
have in there.
Yeah.
So now think, connect the dots. Q, why there will be change for this?
That is in plus das is ins.
Hmm.
Article gender.
So this is in
Article.
plus das. Perfect. Im will be in
In
plus
plus them.
dem. Correct. And it is sorted. Now, how do I? Now, just remember this will be covered in the next chapter as well, under the movement wale verbs. Now, whenever there is a movement, okay, that location that you are going towards becomes accusative. And there are also some things. Now you will say, Arey Rushika, abhi to you said ki gehe plus dative. Okay. So one like disclaimer or what, like, I don't know even what to call it. German prepositions are a little weird. Sometimes they are accusative when there is a movement. Okay. Just say if I'm going somewhere, okay, the preposition that I'm using will be an accusative because there is a movement going on. But some prepositions are fixed dative. So it doesn't matter whether there is a movement or there is not a movement, it is stationary. We will still use dative location. Okay, I'll more simplify it with one example. Now, if I want to go to Kino, what will I say? I'm going in Kino. That
Ich
will be
gehe ins Kino.
In skin.
correct.
gehe ins Kino.
Okay. Instead of Kino, if I'm going to museum, what will I say? Ich gehe ins
Ins museum.
Museum.
museum. Correct. Now this in plus das equals to ins. Okay. But now if I'm inside the kino, like somebody calls and says, Rushika, where are you? Wo bist du? And I want to say I'm inside the building. So there is no movement going on. So that time, what will I say? Ich bin. I'll have to say ich bin im Kino.
I am in Kino.
Ha. Correct.
Okay. Like when someone is calling and then we say that I'm in Kino. Ich bin im Kino.
Ha. Another example, let's take. Ich gehe in the Küche. Okay, I'm going in the kitchen. So there now the activity is going on. Hence my location is in accusative. Okay. And if I want to say I am in the kitchen, how should I say?
Ich bin
In the
in
kitchen.
the kitchen.
Think
Küche.
in
In their kitchen.
their Küche. Okay, so if you are using the verb gehen, fahren, all of these movement related verbs plus in, that entire location goes into accusative. But if you are saying, I'm sitting in the kitchen, I'm reading in the kitchen, I'm sleeping in the kitchen, I'm cooking in the kitchen, so that becomes a fixed location, no? Or if you want to say that there is a fridge in the kitchen, so a fixed location. So that fixed location becomes dative. Now, let's take one more example, bank. It is die Bank. Now, Anuradha, you want to say, I'm going in the bank today.
Ich gehe
Heute?
heute in die Bank.
Correct. Now, somebody calls you or you are just saying, I am in the bank. How will you say that? Ich bin?
Ich bin in der Bank.
Correct. In der Bank.
Actually, I haven't seen yesterday's recording, but dear is because it is dative.
Correct. Die becomes der in dative.
Oh, right. Okay.
Der becomes dem, das becomes dem, die becomes der. So this in der Bank has nothing to do with masculine article. It is still feminine, but it is feminine dative.
So when we are saying I am in a bank, then it becomes einer Bank. Is it?
Perfect. Perfect. In einer Bank. Now this is going to solve a lot of confusion now. कि ये इंडियन क्यों यूज किया यहाँ पे, इंडियर क्यों है, इन देम क्यों है. The heir is in their bank. He's in the bank. Okay, so when I had asked you ki pay attention to all the genders is because of this. Every single structure is related to the all of this genders of the articles. We have to do a lot of calculation. All right, anybody has questions? Anything? Okay, now I'll show you actually a picture from the previous book, okay, Netzwerk book. Let me just find it. This was, I think, chapter 7. Just a second now. कहाँ पे है ये? कहाँ पे है इसमें? Abhi, look at this. Okay, if you want, I can just send you this picture as well later on. Now we have to look at the pictures and see ki what is going on. Okay, the first one, यहाँ पे die Besprechung ist nach dem Essen. Now nach and vor, nach is what after. We saw na nach, fährt and nach, वगैरह, all of those words. For is before. And both of these prepositions are also dative. So if I want to say after the class, how should I say? Nach. After the class. अभी class के लिए the word is Unterricht. And Unterricht का gender is? Der Unterricht. So it changes to dem.
Them.
Nach dem Unterricht. If I want to say after the appointment and der Termin is auch masculine, what will you say?
Nach dem Termin.
If I want to say before the Unterricht or the Termin, I'll just have to change it to vor.
For.
Okay. Now let us take maybe something in feminine. Arbeit. Arbeit. So take Arbeit लेते हैं. Arbeit, Schule, Uni. No? All of these are feminine words. So if I want to say after the work, how should I say that?
Dear.
Nach. Correct.
Not dear.
And before the work?
For dear.
Oh, yeah. All right. Now we have to look at the pictures and then match. Die Besprechung ist nach dem Essen. The meeting is after the food, that is after the lunch. So it will be D. Er geht zu einer Kollegin. So he's going to a colleague and it's a female colleague. Which one?
Yeah. F.
F, na? He's going to a colleague. Anuradha, F?
F. Yeah.
Next one, Indumati. Er kommt aus dem Büro. Out of.
A.
Ah,
Bureau
A.
is what?
Office.
Office. Okay.
Okay, so here if you see he's coming out of. Er kommt mit einer Kollegin.
With a colleague. Say.
Say.
Hey, perfect. Huh? Er is by, at.
Einer Kollegin. B.
B, correct, at. Sie kommt von einer Kollegin.
A.
A.
Correct. Now, if you see, because this person is exiting a space, ना enclosed space, हमने house use किया है. But अगर colleague को मिलके if you are returning, then you cannot of course use house, ना. You have to use von. So to revise, von plus person, house plus space, room. ठीक है? Do you want this picture? Should I send
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Super gemacht. I hope you finally have understood why do we use beim oder bei dir, zum oder zu dir, and what is one zum bei dem from, that is von der. All right. Now, great. Write your sentences. Make sure you comment them also below this video, so I'll also get to check them. And you know me, I've already listed down few more examples in the description of this video. Now, dear students, if this video has helped you, do let me know in the comments and subscribe me. Click that bell icon, follow me on various platforms, and also do share this video with the students, with your friends who are learning German. So let's learn together, right? Okay, then, das ist alles für heute. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.